Rupa, how are you today? I feel like we're getting to know each other. We've had a number of conversations, and I've enjoyed each and every one of them. And what I love is that you really provide context based on sort of the historical relationships that you've built through the work that you do. And I'd love to start there, if you don't mind. Could we talk about the history of your relationship in this space, and just how it provides a bit of a baseline into the discussion we're having?
Morning, Rod, and good
Morning.
morning, everyone. So, absolutely happy to share some of my background relationship with N2N. Pretty much it started right about the time of COVID when we were going to implement CVC, California Virtual Campus. You heard from Marina, and that was like a perfect timing because COVID was starting and that really needed for our students. And Rod, as you said, we spoke a little bit before, and I'm one of those leaders. When I say I'm going to do something, I do it. When I say I'm going to deliver at this X amount of time, I fulfill my commitment. And we were the first one to go in 3 months to get the CVC implemented for our district. That was the time end-to-end kind of start coming to for me, right? To know what is, who is end-to-end, what do they do. So that's kind of like it started from there, but slowly kind of start the relationship. As I mentioned to you before, I am one of those leaders firmly believe in relationship in people, even though I am a technologist, but I think it's always about people, no matter who you are, what you do, which field you're in. So to me, getting to know people, having that relationship, and most importantly, trust, right? So that was the time that AI was starting to pop and into our framework, and but I was more learning about the company and people. And that's when Kieran and I kind of start having some of those conversations. And I think some of our speakers have already talked about like Leap AI fraudulent application piece. And that's when we really got to kind of start engaging and starting to find out about how do we also eliminate this fraudulent applications problem. And as you have heard before, registrars are spending awful amount of time. They don't need to be a police officer to do this, right? They need
Yeah,
to
upwards of
concentrate.
50% of their time, Rupa, I'm hearing from people.
Exactly, exactly. 50% of our registrars. And now I'm a multi-college district, 3 colleges, 3 registrars. Think about that. It's 150%, right? If you combine it as a district resources. So it was really, really important for us to have a tool that is effective and efficient. Also, knowing AI is part of that, but I am very much in tune with how AI, there are pros and cons, just like any other tool, and wanted to make sure it's ethical, that human factor is built in. And that's when more and more conversations with Kieran that got to know him and the relationship, right? So when we were needing things, where if I either send an email, call, always been like, he's been always responsive, and that's when the true partnership started. For me,
Yeah.
partnership is very different than a company or a vendor.
And that's what stuck out to me in our conversation because you had talked about, and I've wrote it down several times, but vendors converting to partners, right? And over your right shoulder, right, you've got a number of sayings there, but the one that sticks out to me is be you as part of the calculus in converting vendors to partners is that sort of authentic self and the way in which you communicate the challenges that you're facing, the gravity of those, and really what you need in a vulnerable position that our organizations are in right now because of the onslaught and the fluid nature of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is important, right? And thank you for noticing. I do like a few of my sayings there. So yes, I am very much in that be you and what we do, not only me personally, our institution, what we do. We're here to serve our students, our learners, as theme has been for today with reskilling, upskilling, educating, degrees, certificate, right? That's what we're here for. And that's what we should be doing. So if we have tools that is going to help our community, our registrars, our financial aid officers, our students. We should use it because we're here to serve our students. And having that human interaction with students, I'm a firm believer, that is a lot more valuable than just, texting, right? I get it. I have three adult children. They all like texting, and human interaction is very different. So to me, if we free up our time and give the time for our folks to interact with student and help them truly in human interaction, that serves our purpose. So that is important.
Now, I'm going to imagine that as a visionary that I think that you are, that I believe that you are from our conversations, that you are now applying some of this thinking and work into future iterations or applications. Do you want to talk a little bit about with the group some future visions that you have based now on what you've been able to achieve through what you've been working on collaboratively with end to end?
Of course. I wear multiple hats. So obviously, I work for Coast District and oversee all the technology. And I'm also a board president for Chief Information Systems Officers Association, known as CISOA. So we're, 73 districts, 116 colleges, all the CTOs, we come together, collaborate, and kind of see what all we're doing. How do we help each other? So I wear that hat. And then the one that I'm really excited, which is already, it's in the process, it's happening, is our system-wide initiative, Common Cloud Data Platform. And that was, thanks to our state chancellor, Dr. Christian, that we wanted to kind of collaborate together. And I'm leading the system initiative where we can bring in districts and their data, which is their student information data, ERP, their enterprise resource planning, that we bring in data, normalize it. Most importantly, what does that mean? How do we help our students? That's how we all think. And it's the bringing the data together. Currently, we're in the demonstration mode, so we have 13 districts participating. So we got data in. But from students' perspective, here's how I look at it. There's a lot more we can do with AI, but even now, as we all are aware, most of our students, they're not just one community college student. They take classes in various colleges. And how do we bring it together for them? Make it easy, right? Because if you have 3 different transcripts, 4 different transcripts, sometimes they don't even realize, like 3 years ago, I've taken a class. But if we bring that data as a centralized data in and bring all their credentials and help them with their transfers, help them with their certificate, and bring in AI to do a lot of things a lot faster and more efficient way of doing it, that is exciting. And we're truly helping our students. So to me, those are my core value. And you heard a lot of California colleagues. I'm so proud. California is driving here. So we're serving our students. And one thing I do want to point out, there are other colleagues on this call, our community college system, about close to 2.2 million students. We are the largest system in the nation. So think about what we can do as a system to help our students. That's where
And
I get so excited.
and to
And
lead the
that's
discussion. I mean, that's where I think I might have said to you that I think of you as a bit of an explorer in that way, and I think that that really highlights the collaboration and the approach, so that if you trust who you're working with and collaborating with, you can tackle these very fluid issues. But it's so nice for you to spend time with us today, Rupa. We really appreciate your leadership and your willingness to just share the sort of the bumps, the bruises, and also these incredible outcomes as you move forward.
Thank you for having me.